Hi there. This is Olga again. If you are new, I released before a video where I talk about my breast cancer journey, and so I'm going to share on this channel how my breast cancer journey goes and any updates and news that I receive, and kind of my overall feeling in case anybody will find it useful for them from a real life experience on how it goes for people. So I've been diagnosed with breast cancer back in June, and I am going through chemo right now. In this video, I want to talk about my chemo and how I'm feeling and what I'm getting done and how long it's going to take and all that stuff. So I started my chemo back in August. So far I have done 2 rounds. I started off with the AC chemo, known as adriamycin and it's a combination of adriamycin and cyclophosphamide. So 2 chemo drugs that are used to treat breast cancer. And then after 4 rounds of that, my chemo will change, and I'm gonna be on 12 rounds of Taxol. So the total of 16 rounds, 4 rounds of the AC chemo and 12 rounds of the Taxol. So the AC chemo, I get it done once every 2 weeks. So far I have done 2 rounds. And then I believe in October, I have 2 more left. I'm getting my 3rd one done tomorrow. And then I have, starting October, I will go on Taxol, and I have 3 months of that. And then hopefully everything is great, and I should be done with chemo. So the biggest change since my last video is the hair loss. I'm gonna show you here. I still have a little bit of a fuzz left, and it's kind of patchy, but it's been about 2 weeks since I lost my hair. It came out all of a sudden in clumps, so within like 4 or 5 days I couldn't handle the bird's nest that I had already, and I just shaved it off. My whole family did with me, which was a big surprise. So 4 of my brother-in-laws did it, and 1 of my sister-in-laws shaved their head as well, which was really sweet of them and very unexpected. So yeah, I get my chemo done on Fridays. I picked it due to work. I still work 2-3 days a week, and so I give myself like the weekend and Monday to kind of recover, and then on Tuesdays and Wednesdays I usually go back to work. Sometimes when I feel up to it, I pick up a 3rd day as well. Yeah, and so my first round of chemo, I would say, compared to the second one, went much worse than the second one. It wasn't, I was dreading it. My expectations were much worse on how I'm gonna feel, but it's manageable. The biggest issue for me was nausea, loss of appetite, and constipation. But I think I kind of messed up because I wasn't staying on top with my nausea pills. I didn't take the constipation pills until I already started getting constipated from the nausea pills. So the second time around, I stayed on top with the nausea pills. I took from day 1 the constipation pills as a preventative measure. So I never had that bloated feeling, and I never lost my appetite. So first chemo round, I was sick probably for 4 or 5 days with nausea. I didn't feel like eating much. I was staying mainly on chicken broth and fruits. That's the only thing that would like satisfy me. And then after 4 or 5 days, everything just went away, and I started feeling great. And then a week into it, I developed like some extreme backache, lower back pain. I couldn't lay, I couldn't sit, only walking would help, which was really weird, and it lasted only about a day. I was having like random headaches, and I wasn't sure if it's from the shots that they prescribed as well. So 3 days into my chemo treatment, I have to give myself like the white blood cell shots to raise my white blood cells. So I'm not sure if it's from that or what, but I had like headaches. And then, yeah, and then a week and a half into after the chemo, I started all of a sudden losing hair. So my second chemo round, I only felt sick the day of chemo. I've only felt nauseous for 1 day, and then I was feeling great the rest of the time. I had an appetite, I was not constipated. I also bought myself this time around some protein shakes that have enough calories to be a full meal replacement. So in case if I don't feel like eating solids, I can just sip on that protein shake, and it has enough calories and protein to act as a full meal replacement. That's the only other different things I did was the second time around, and I was feeling much better. So tomorrow I'm having my third round done, and I'm gonna do the same things as I did the second round and see if that's actually what helped me to be on. But I would say stay on top with the nausea pills, take constipation pills as they tell you for prevention. Yeah, and just yeah, it was pretty bearable. Yeah, I had enough energy to work, I had enough energy to do things around the house. So yeah, it was I mean, like the most discomfort is the nausea and just feeling tired. You know, it's not like I can go and exercise. I probably wouldn't have like enough energy for that, but just going for walks, yeah, that's enough. And I also noticed the biggest change is that every time, so a week and a half after my first chemo, I lost my hair. So it was a Wednesday, a week and a half from the chemo. And then a week and a half after my second chemo, it's also a Wednesday, I started noticing that my leftover hair, the fuzz that I had, is now falling out as well. So seems like the biggest changes are happening a week and a half after I get the chemo done. All right, yeah, that's as far of an update I can give you about the chemo. I think it's much worse, the anticipation of it. I mean, like, again, everybody handles it differently, but my expectations were worser, much worser, and then it turned out to be manageable. But everybody is different, you know, everybody's health is different. But I would say do everything as they recommend. Yeah, I think it's very helpful. I mean, like, we have lots of meds out there that can help you manage all the side effects. If you guys want me to talk about something else or share something else about my breast cancer journey, comment below. You can also go back to my previous video where I talked about how I found out about breast cancer, and what type of treatment they're recommending and all that stuff. Kind of like a general information. I threw it all in there. It's very compressed, but yeah, just feel free to comment below. I'm open about sharing my journey. All right, thanks for watching. See you later.